Hey guys, welcome back. This is Clayton53 I'm back here again with another what if. And I finally can now gain money from YouTube now and ads and stuff like this. Um Now news update, the what if Deku is the only male redo? That has to be canceled. Like it's not working out for me. It just does not feel right for me. I don't know why. It's just never hit correctly. Even though, like, the quirk is cool, how his relationship's going is cool, it just does not feel right. Plus, I already have, what if he was the only boy redo, and I already did another one, a redo, and I'm like, I really need to move on with, like, better stuff. Now, in this one, Deku is going to get cheated on. This is what if Deku was cheated on. Now, Deku, he's not going to be, well, Inko's not going to exist, but Deku's, it's kind of hard to say how he exists at all, but he just does somehow. No, Inko is going to exist. Yeah, Inko is going to exist. I forgot about what I said. Inko is going to exist, but something weird is going to happen with Inko. And Izuku is going to have, well, it's not going to be a quirk, more of a power, but he's going to look mutate. It looks like his body mutated a bit whenever he looks at, when the doctors look at it, it will look mutated. So yeah, this is what if Deku was cheated on, stuff like that. Okay, so whenever Deku is born, and spoiler alert, all this art that I used and stuff like this, it has its own creators. Go look at them up. Now, two of these pictures are from a comic I really like. Go support that creator on, was it Patreon or something like that? I forgot, but I love it. Now, Izuku, well, start with Inko, really. Inko, of course, is now 8 months and a half pregnant, so she is about to basically give birth to Izuku as a weird light comes down of both white and pink fighting, basically interlocking with each other. As the two sources hit Inko in just a flash, and it doesn't do anything to Inko. She feels completely fine. Nothing wrong at all. Not they and she tries to check herself out, and she's like, okay, nothing is wrong with me, but how about the baby? They take they x-ray the baby. The body, it's fine, like, it's working properly and stuff like this, but it's mutated a bit. And she asks, what do you mean it's mutated? Well, it seems there are some type of gems in your son's body. As they give her a picture being a, I don't want to show you guys the pictures yet, but one of them is, if you guys know, like a regular diamond shape, not like a rhombus, I'm talking like an actual diamond shape. If I can, like, put it like my hands or what, like those type of diamonds. There is one in his, well, where his belly button would be, where it'd be a feeding tube, but his feeding tube it's right where it's where his, I guess it's right above his belly button. Or it's like in between, like, belly button and right here, but I could say it's just right in his belly button, but I would have to move, the cord's gonna be like, it's kind of squishing the cord, but it still gets food and stuff. So yeah, it's right in his belly button. Just he's still getting food and nutrients somehow. I don't care. The other one is in his head. Now, this one is pointing out, being pointed. And what it is it basically, if you take like a unicorn, or if you take a diamond and put it in backwards where it's the flat part, and put it right on the inside of the hair, like on the head, that's where it would be. Like, it'd be pointing out. Instead of pointing in, it'd be pointing out. And she would ask, is this like a quirk or something? As they have to take tests and stuff whenever he's born. So she waits until the 9 months are up, and then Izuku is born. A healthy baby with for some reason, two gems in his head. Well, one in his head, one in his belly button. As they cut the cord, and the cord's gone. And the only thing there is, of course, the pink looking gem. As the other one in his head is just completely fine. Now, will this affect any of Izuku's growing up? Like his mental state or his physical state? Actually, yes. I don't know what I can say right now, but am I going to make this depressing? I think I am. I'm going to make this like really like bad depression. So if you guys are like suicidal or stuff like this, like I advise like maybe not watching, but be warned if I like get too dark into it. And Izuku having a crush on this one, oh my god, I couldn't even think of it. Oh my god, I'm gonna leave you guys for the freaking ship. I'm just gonna leave you guys up to that, because that's completely your choice. I will create a post like, oh, like put your ship down in the comments, and I'll look through them all and tally up who got the most. As if you guys are already knowing like who this is, like, oh, Diamond's like, if you guys don't know Steven Universe, there's white diamond and there's pink diamond, yellow, blue, yeah, all that. So this is like a universe away from like the Steven Universe thing, but this is like an alternate universe diamond and white and pink diamond, where they actually thought of like what's happening and stuff, and the crystal gems don't exist and stuff like that. Now, will they meet the actual diamonds? No, because they would forget about the planet and, yeah, just all like, okay, that doesn't exist anymore. Like, forget about it. It's a worthless cause right now. As the two gems are just stuck stuck inside of him as he's growing up, and people are like looking at him like, oh, with a weird mutation type of quirk, like, oh, he has a weird mutation quirk or something. As Izuku is like, no, as his hair, whenever his hair starts to grow, he kind of, bundles it up around the white diamond. As at 4 years old, he really wanted a quirk, but the doctor said he didn't have a quirk, and that his it must just be like a random genetic mutation in his head for some reason. As of course, Inko is pretty sad that her son will never get her enough money. And yes, because she is going to be mean to Deku. Now, not like technically all the way hit him, like, if you guys know what I'm talking, like abuse or something like that. No. I'm going to try to make this as child-friendly as I can. Now, at 5 years old, in his head, either outside in like real life, or and this is where he can only see, and whenever he's either sleeping or daydreaming, he always has, and here, I'll even show you guys a comic, as I'm going to take it straight from the comic. He has nightmares, and it has basically he's always fighting himself. There's always two of him, and he can never face each of them. There's a pink one of him, and there's a white one of them. And whenever and yes, he started going to therapy at 6, so, yeah. And he's just been always seeing these butterflies around, just flying around. And he gets these visions, and yes, just to make this even more child-friendly, I'm going to play Among Us, so I don't care. So, he will be, of course, just playing around. And whenever he got into any of these classes or any of these therapies, it would always be about these two people, always. No one would ever see the images he's seen. The first image he's seen is him being a white lady. Him being bigger than all the rest, and him saying, I am perfect, and those who stand in my way of perfection are shattered. As Deku, basically what he has is like a split personality thing, but what is happening is that he is really mentally like hurt hard, and he is hurting on the inside. And sometimes he sees the images of a smaller pink lady with all these bottled up emotions, and she's smaller than the rest of her friends. And she's always sad that none of them really care. None of them are there to help. And that maybe sometimes life is better saving than actually being the one helping out your country or your colonies. As they, of course, are marking us all down, it's all very interesting. Like, wow, this kid. Oh, my bad. Like, wow, this kid. What he's going through should not be something. He should not be going through this at such a young age, but even though he's just a kid, he has no quirk, and he's very thin, so it's kind of hard to think, like, okay, he's thin, and sometimes he does not know what's happening. So, in this case, well, any person really, he's just been not really beaten, but neglected from his own mother. Not fed well. Hell, he's been bullied at school for how he looks weird. And he slowly went more down into the dumps, being more depressed. And he doesn't call Kachan well, he used to, but he doesn't call him anymore. He just says Bakugo. As this would throw off Bakugo some, but he would kind of get used to him saying Bakugo now. As Deku would, of course, I'm going to skip a couple of years. I'm going to say he was 6, so I'm going to say 10. And at 10, of course, he started dating Uraraka, which let his depression lead to, like, a very less one, but still, I cannot think, like, okay, maybe, but Uraraka really helped him get out, but why? Why would this happen? As Deku would, of course, be having fun with Uraraka for the next couple years, as they've been having a really good relationship, and whenever they enter high school, UA high school, she is, well, being different. And they've dated for basically 5 years. And now that, of course, she's going to betray him, or in this case, cheat on him, better make it as bad as I can, as, of course, he has bought her so many things that are unimaginable to her sometimes. And he has been working out and he has gotten a job and finally moved away from his mother. As sometimes he still thinks, if I wasn't born with this, would I would have still had my quirk, or would I would have just been the exact same, a quirkless nobody? As of course, like all people, of course he would still be quirkless, but Deku would not let that make his mind, more corrupt in the way it is. He would just go with the flow and try to fix it. As Deku would go ahead, and this is going to be during the entrance exam, and what happened as well, All Might helped, saved him, and trained him, so he has One for All, and One for All, I don't even know how to deal with this. So basically, we're talking like diamond powers, so I'm like, how do you do that? Like, it's a diamond. So, Deku would, of course, well, help out. And during the entrance exam, he would be very smart because of White Diamond and not be dumb at all. And with this, Deku would be a lot smarter than Momo by a lot. I'm talking like tons of smart. As of course, Deku, well, I would rather save that, so he would be the best thing ever. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Oh my god. Alright, never mind. Okay, get that there. Okay, wait a minute. Just let me get this, guys. God damn it. That was my bad. Alright, never mind. Back to what I was saying. Entrance exam, this, all that, and I guess I really have to, like, stop for, like, what I'm doing to really give everyone what they need. So, yeah. Deku... Oh, shit. Actually, oh my god. This would be their, like, 6th anniversary. Holy shit. I better not be saying this, so it's not going to be kid-friendly, but it's still going to be fine. I think. So, of course, Deku would... he would go out. He would ask his friends Momo and stuff. And this would be just after school. Like the first day, because their anniversary was, well, it was basically during the time of basically the normal school year, so they'd start thinking of what they could do now. So whenever it came to it, Deku did not hesitate with this, so damn. Okay, god damn it. Let me try that again. Deku, blah blah blah, stuff like this, and what was I gonna say? Alright, so I really need to stop, pause this, and like really get into the mindset of what I'm about to do. Deku will be going out. He would ask Momo what to get Izuku, and she would say, like, oh, pretty pearls and diamonds, and get her, like, ruby. And this is, like, coming from both diamonds and, like, only the diamonds and the. Oh, yeah, and Momo Yaoruzu. She would say, basically, diamonds, rubies, emeralds, maybe something like. And in his mind, one of them being the white one saying to get rubies, a pearl, some emeralds, and a. I want to say a jasper, but I'm like, no. A sapphire. As, of course, that's what he got her, which it was like over like 3 million yen. Don't know what that equals up to, but that's still really good. And they were deep into it, but what's been happening after like the 4th year, Bakugo and Uraraka have been sleeping with each other. As it was just crazy. As sometimes even Deku almost caught them, but it was safe. And so this happened for like a freaking year. As Deku would, of course, he would buy her a ruby necklace, a sapphire ring, an emerald, I want to say, not necklace, but what is it called? Not keychain. Yeah, an emerald keychain with a pearl, what's it called? It's a thing that you put around your wrist, not like a wristband or whatever. I guess, whatever it's called, I don't care what it's called. Basically, it just has a bunch of pearls on it, so yeah, as, of course, he shows it to Momo, and she says she really likes it and wish her boyfriend would get her something like that, as she really does not have a boyfriend at all, but she dreams of having like someone as her boyfriend, being like Todoroki. As no, that is not the ship at frickin' all. I'm not doing that at all. Get your mind out of the gutter. As Deku would be walking to Uraraka's room, as he's early. I'm talking 3 hours early. As he said he would be out for a bit longer because he's been feeling a bit more suspicious, but he thought it'd be fine because she is dating me. It's fine. As he's walking, he just got up to the 3rd floor as he's hearing strange sounds, and he's just ignoring it. As he reaches Uraraka's room, and it's louder. As from the door, or not the door, but from her room, he hears, take it to the face, take it round face. As she says, thanks, Bakugo. Deku never does this with me, as says, yeah, that damn shitty nerd. Ha. Can't believe he never knows how to please a woman. As Deku just goes inside and really doesn't want to see what he thinks he sees, as he opens up the door saying, Uraraka, as of course he's knocked like freaking 3 times by now, as Bakugo looked at him saying, get out, you damn nerd, as Deku says, but Uraraka, as both of them in sequence say, get out, you stupid damn nerd, as Bakugo tosses an explosion at him, sending Deku back, as he just, in a flight of rage, puts the boxes down, hits the door, and it goes crashing into Bakugo. As this happened, everyone just hears like a loud smash, and they're all thinking someone's fighting. As of course, the slender block behind Uraraka's room breaks from the impact that Izuku did, as he just basically busts down the cement wall as he's just punching the hell right out of Bakugo. As Bakugo is just taking it one by one by one, as he's just being brutally beaten to the ground. I couldn't do it. He couldn't do anything. As Izuku has finally, like, he's like just beyond mad by this point. He's just beating up for all like torture and like bullying and even doing his own girlfriend. Oh my god. As Kirishima comes out, like, with all the rest of the class, like, saying, like, oh, he's fighting, like, a villain or something. As I look at this Bakugo, like, why are you fighting, like, why are you punching Bakugo? And they look up at Uraraka's room as they see Uraraka nude, and they finally look at Bakugo, and he's nude. As they get, like, what's happening, and do I want to do that? I'm going to say the boys are a bit more cockier, but the girls know what's happening, and they're just like, nah. Kirishima's know what's happening, and he's like, nah. But the rest of the boys, like Mineta, like the rest of them, except Todoroki, because I still like Todoroki. Todoroki is like, nah, because even that's beyond mean. As they all try to, like, start getting him off, as Kirishima, the girls, and, what is his name? Todoroki-kun. Why did I have to say Todoroki-kun? I mean Todoroki. Sorry, I just always keep on hearing Todoroki-kun or whatever the hell. So I'm like, okay, Todoroki-kun. So it's just Todoroki, as the rest of the boys like try to keep on getting them off, as they finally have to call in like All Might. And right now Bakugo's getting like beaten up and crap. Still, like, his bones are like broken. Like, it's gonna take him a while to heal, as Deku is finally punched in the freaking, like, right in the side of his face. And is hit towards the dorms and knocked out after impacting. And after he wakes up, All Might asks for his quirk back, as Deku, being already pissed, spits it back at All Might, saying, screw your quirk, All Might. I didn't even need it. As he basically, what he did is spit right at All Might, like right near All Might's mouth, like right at the lip. As All Might just takes it and just leaves, because he's just beyond pissed. I'm just making him stupid because, like, I just want to see, like, All Might, like, get impressed from power. As, of course, Deku moving on by this time, it's like only a couple days later, Deku has already quit UA and has already been released from the hospital, so he didn't even want to deal with them. Mr. Aizawa knew, like, he heard about what happened and saw the footage, as he questioned All Might about this, and All Might just did not care, as he's just trying to find a new successor now. As the girls have been left with this, like, empty seat now, like an empty hole to fill. And Kirishima and Todoroki are feeling bad for Izuku, because as soon as, like, he finally fights back to his bully, he just gets thrown out, or he just quits. As it kind of hurts them, but they still have to become heroes. As Izuku just finally takes a break to think about what he can do now, as he still has that hero spirit, as Butterflies are still all flying around him. It's never gone. He's either turned pink or he's turned white. Same thing with the butterflies. Basically, his hair would either turn between the two colors, even combining just to make the two of them whenever they fought. Now, whenever Izuku, well, his mood swings would be a problem as well, so yeah. Izuku would be trying to handle how he felt in his own little way, as he would finally start taking up, like, his own little classes, as he would head to the woods, like, his next payment on his house would not be until, I want to say next month, as Izuku would go to the, and his work has been, well, what happened was, he was not let off, but what happened was there was a fire caused by one of the other employees that burned the place down, and they got, not discharged, but they got, basically, until the thing was rebuilt, a, basically, payment. They got, I guess, paid while they were off, so yeah. And he was paid, like, a lot of money, I'm gonna say, like, because he worked 2 jobs. He worked a chef job, and he worked a, not like a kind of job, I guess a warehouse job. The warehouse job and the chef job were actually really doing good for him. As he wasn't laid off at the chef job, he was more like, because he was really good at all foods, but they had a new chef and they wanted him to get some experience, and so they basically had like him like take a vacation, and they were fine with it being this month, so they were fine with it. Okay, and whenever Deku got out into the forest, he basically listened, not just listened to how he felt, but to everything. He listened to the people arguing. He listened to the sounds. And he sat and listened to how they fought. Trying to fight for the control. Trying to fight for who was superior. As he would try to reason with them, and they would not even listen, not even acknowledge his existence. As he would now just start to finally get angry. Because the only things he's ever heard was, White, you're too controlling. You barely show anything. Perfection's never going to be an answer. While the white one's always yelling at the pink one, saying, you're too emotional. You're always too attached to who you're with. You're always too emotional with everyone around you. As they're like arguing back and forth. As Izuku would, of course, take 2 hammers. And yes, these are older ones, so yes, they're really good. And just very lightly tap the 2 gems. Not enough to break them, but enough to tell them that something hit their gems. As they look through his eyes and look into his mind, because they can do that on will. They can do that. As he has basically the 2 hammers in hand above his head, and one on it right at his thing, as they see him like determination, like, and he would ask like, who are you guys, and like, what are you? As they would like say, we are diamonds. Saying, yeah, I know you're diamonds, but like, what are you? Saying like, well, whenever me and White, or if you want to say that, we are 2 leaders of a gem race that was trying to take over Earth, but we had to mark it off because it wasn't a vital place anymore. As during this arrangement of changing the planet, me and White, as White would say, it's White Diamond, not White Pink. As she'd say, yeah, White Diamond, but still white. As Deku would be, of course, saying, okay, well, what is it? Saying we had fought and fused each other in the fighting, and because of that, we kind of. How can we put this for you? We fell from the atmosphere, and because of the high pressure, it broke our standard form, but not our gems. As he would know this, of course. But whenever it landed, our gems were too damaged. But whenever we were about to land and hit the ground, your mother kind of, stand in the way, and you got hit instead. As you'd say, oh, okay. As, of course, he would try to reason with them and, ask, who could be in control. Because he tries to reason with, White, saying, she's, perfectionist and stuff like that. She can have most control. As he would give her 25% of control. And give Pink the exact same amount by giving him 50. As they would be, asking, why would you get 50, but we only get 25, basically, thinking this is unfair. As he would try to reason with him, saying that whenever he's in trouble, he can use either one of their powers to summon or do something with their own powers, basically letting them take more of the control while decreasing his amount of control to make it even on him. Or if in a serious situation, he can give rid of all his control and give both of them the extra 25 control. Which, of course, would make something really cool, but yeah. Deku, well, we're in the forest right now, so all this and stuff. And how long is the video already? Okay, it's about to hit that 40-minute mark, and I'm getting, really tired. So, I'm not going to wrap this up quickly. I'm actually going to keep on going. So, Deku, Pink Diamond, and White Diamond. Pink and White would try to teach him multiple different things at the same time, but it would not go through his skull one bit. And because they only had a month, what White did, she tried to summon up a box but couldn't. And what she asked Pink to actually let her do is teach him how to make the time box, which she was fine with. As after a little practice, the time box was finally done. As White would say to step into it, as he would say, okay, as he stepped into it. 1 year in a time box equals probably an hour. No, it equals a day in his years in his regular world. And White and Pink would start teaching them their abilities. White's being, that laser one that takes over people, but their weapons and stuff can't affect humans. So the staff would, if hit on the ground hard enough, will send up spikes of white to pierce the enemy. And they can also send shockwaves to shake the ground. With it also being a really good weapon, like a spear almost, just like a staff instead. As Pink's would be, of course, instead of the rose sword, it's the pink swords. Think of it like a dual sword. Now with this, Izuku would, of course, have the pink state, the white state, and he transform into the into a monster? No, he can't. I don't want to see that at all. Instead, he'll grow to the size of if he's in his pink state, he stays in there for long enough, he can change into the size and, of course, a lot more features of the pink diamond or the pink lady. As if he stays in the white one, the white state, he'll look more and be tall and just be as tall as a white diamond or the white lady, as he's now have given them like real names. Like, of course, they stick with like white diamond and blue diamond. Well, white diamond and pink diamond. As this goes on for a couple of years, but only a couple days, as he's thinking of enacting his revenge on those that mistreated him. As this is actually where I want to end it off because I'm getting really tired. So yeah, I'm ending it off like, okay, he really wants his revenge and stuff like this, so I don't know if you guys like really like the quirk or not, but I do. I really love this power of like the two two very powerful gems. So yeah, I'm gonna end it off right here. Sub if you want, view it, like if you can, and I guess whenever I post the ship for cheated deku, put whatever you want. I don't care. I will literally, well, I have my limits, but I mean I have my standards, but I'm not willing. I can do things just to change things up. So yeah. Yeah, like, subscribe, bye.